Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about leveling a Paladin in a WoW Classic hardcore server, specifically debating whether it's better to go with a Consecration build or Seal of Command build, because there were some comments on my last video for the Paladin, and I can't believe that it's a thing, but yeah, apparently some people really think that Consecration is the better way to go. So, we're going to go over it here pretty quick, compare them side by side. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and we'll just jump into it. Now, I'm going to give you a look here at the gear I'm using. I am not using anything just really great for my Paladin. He is level 23 at this point. I'm using the same gear for both specs, so just to keep that in mind, like, there's no difference in the gear. Yes, the Consecration build would probably be better with a one-handed weapon and a shield. I don't have one. And when it comes to playing on a hardcore server, whatever gear you get is just, a matter of luck anyways. Unless you have a higher level character feeding you gold and, gear, then you're just going to have to take what you can get. So, the build I'm running for Consecration, 5 out of 5 Divine Intellect. I took Spiritual Focus because I was definitely afraid that dying was going to be a real possibility with this build, and then Consecration. Then I started putting the rest in Protection, which again, I don't have a shield for this, so if you do have a shield, it would be slightly better. The build I run for Retribution in one of the video clips I'm going to show is 5 out of 5 Benediction, 2 out of 2 Improved Judgment. I put 3 in Deflection. Then I have Seal of Command, 2 points in Pursuit of Justice for that increased movement speed, and then a couple points in Conviction. So that's the different builds that we're going to be looking at, and I'll just go ahead and start one of the clips here. We'll do the one with Consecration first. Go ahead and drop the volume just a little bit so y'all can still hear me. We're going to talk about this a little as we go through it. So, the difference between running when you're trying to run the Consecration build is you really don't want to fight single targets. It's not as efficient. Consecration's gonna be costing over 100 mana per cast. So, yeah, that adds up pretty quick for an ability that you're going to be using every 8 seconds, I think it is. Well, probably going to be using it every 8 seconds.
That's still recharging.
Now, there is one little difference between these clips.
I can't cast that yet.
When I was running Seal of Command, somebody had buffed me with Fortitude. I didn't see it. I didn't remove it, so there is a slight difference in, the performance just from that. That's about the only thing I think I saw on the Seal of Command video, though. I do have more hit points on that video, but yeah, so we'll talk about it. The biggest problem I have with the Consecration build, though, is that it is not efficient. And if you're playing on a hardcore server, you really don't want to pull 3 at once, or
That spell
even 2
isn't
at
ready
once
yet.
if you can help
That's
it,
still
'cause you'll-
recharging.
Like it,
That
you
spell
can kill
isn't
them,
ready yet.
right? I'm not debating that. You can kill them.
I can't
But-
cast that yet.
It's a lot riskier than just doing a single target build with Seal of Command, in my opinion. This particular pool, I
That's still
use
recharging.
a bubble and a potion to survive it. And that's just 3 targets. That's 3 targets that are a level or 2 levels below me. And granted, not with the best gear, but you can see the difference right off though. I'm having to stop and drink constantly. And every pull, if I pull 3, I'm risking dying. So even when I only pull 2 targets, it consumes
That
a
spell
ridiculous
isn't
amount of mana
I
to
can't
kill
cast
them.
that yet.
So that is a thing.
That's still recharging.
I'll also say that I recorded the Seal of Command video first, and when I started recording this, I was thinking I'm not going to use Exorcism. I know I can use Exorcism on these targets, and that's part of what makes the Paladin so great in areas where there's undead. But I really wanted this more to be a comparison straight up between Consecration and Seal of Command. So I held to that in the Seal of Command video. In this Consecration video, I was struggling enough with this that I didn't hold to it. So you'll see me using Exorcism in these fights with the Consecration. It just is what it is. I was having more trouble winning the fights quick enough to, not risk dying. Okay, so I think we've seen just about enough of the Consecration build, and honestly, as I'm looking back on it, I cannot believe someone left a comment saying that this build was more efficient for leveling in a hardcore server. I mean, it just flat out boggles my mind that someone would think that. But I can't even go back and see who it was at this point, because that comment kind of aggravated me, and I just deleted that comment because it's 100% not true. So let's go ahead and switch over to the Seal of Command video though, so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll let this fight finish that's going
Not
right
enough
now.
mana.
And he's out of mana again. Yeah, okay. We'll switch videos. Okay, so here we go. This is the same level Paladin. This is actually a little earlier in the level because I recorded this one first. I'm fighting the same targets with the same gear. The only difference is I'm going to be using Seal of Command. And not using Exorcism at all. This is just how I'll be doing with Seal of Command. And the one thing you'll notice is my mana doesn't really drop at all. All I'm using is Judgment and Seal. That's it for this build. I could be using Exorcism as well to make the kills faster, but like I said, when I went to make these videos, I decided I wasn't going to use it. I didn't hold to it with the Consecration video, so yeah, not the greatest comparison, but
That spell isn't ready
But
yet.
my point is, yes, oh, I do have the spirit buff from a priest on this video as well. So that's not the greatest thing for a comparison either. However, it doesn't really change anything, you know. You really don't lose any mana while fighting single target. The mana
I can't cast
where
it
you're
yet.
gonna start losing mana is when you fight enough that you have to heal in between fights. That's where the mana loss comes in, and eventually you may have to drink with this build. So just if nothing else, the
It's too far away.
not having to, I don't feel like I have to pull more than one target with this build. You can, but it is not necessary at all. But all in all, I mean, y'all look at the clips for yourselves, see what you think about it. For me, Seal of Command is just way better, and I didn't even cherry pick like the best cases of where Seal of Command worked out for me. This is just, you know, what I got when I hit record. So, all right, so that's all I've got for you on Seal of Command. Leave me a comment if you think I'm wrong, but for me, in no way does Consecration stack up to Seal of Command this early. That does mean you will have to respec to Consecration at level 36 if you want to switch to it then. That's when it actually becomes effective and efficient to use that. But feel free to disagree with me in the comments if you want. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.